So there's something that I did want to ask. So how many nodes and or validators am I able to run on one of these things at once?
More than you can afford,
Really?
unless you are very, very rich, in which case buy a better machine. Um, we've It's been tested in testnet with 4,000, no problem. There's been a problem at 10,000. The professional staking outfits stop at 1,000 for just blast radius reasons. You don't want one of those machines going down and taking more than 1,000 things down with it. So if you have more than 32,000 ETH, buy a second one, please. Not because you
Wow.
have to, but because, you
Because
should.
why not, right? Yeah,
And also,
exactly.
Exactly.
don't forget your friend superfizz.eth.
That's right. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Yes. If you want to help me reach my goal of running 1,000 of those faster, Mr. Mojo.eth, just send it all there.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. All right. Well, then that means, I guess, for me and everybody else on the planet, for the most part, we're only going to need one, which is great because that means you just go through, you buy your one, you really don't have to worry about it anymore then.
It's great that we said that. It's actually not only can one machine run 1,000 validators, you should not buy multiple machines to run your validators. So that's
Good point.
A lot of people love redundancy, and they say, well, if I'm going to buy one, I might as well buy two so that if one goes down, I can run the other one. In theory, there's some merit to that. In practice, you should never run your validator keys on two setups. It will lead to a slashing event. It is very serious. It is one of the most important things we have to say to any new validator, any old validator. Never run your keys on two machines under any circumstances. I want to caveat that by unless you know what you're doing, but if you know what you're doing, then you're not listening to me anyway.
But I wanna caveat your caveat. Super. So early on in mainnet, this happened. There were people who said, "Aha." But we're not just Superfizz in his, basement or wherever he lives. We are smart. We are the best engineers in the industry. We can do this and we can do it safely. And it was a large staking outfit. And guess what? They got over 100 validators slashed this way. So that's just pure hubris. As an engineer, as somebody smart, understand that you're gonna screw up. So, just run it in one place, and if it's down, bring it back up. That's it.
If you want backup hardware, don't install anything on it. Leave it bare metal, and that way, when your system goes down, you can set it back up. A lot of people are, they want to clone their drives and have one ready to go. It's just dangerous. It's playing with fire.
So this is something that's near and dear to my heart because I come originally from the NAS, the true NAS community, before I got into Ethereum. And those guys build serious home servers. They cost about the same as a NUC. They require a little bit more adult Lego. They do not come pre-assembled. And they have a lot of this kind of redundancy built in, right? So now the power supply isn't redundant, but how often does that fail? The memory is server memory. So if it fails, it will tell you and it will self-repair. So you can just schedule a swap out. The drives are often mirrored. So if a drive fails, just put another one in, let it re-silver, problem solved. So if you're really, really keen on that, I would go with just a little bit of home server redundancy in one machine rather than running two machines.
There's some merit to that. Nolan and I actually run servers. We run industrial servers at our homes just because we're idiots. I mean,
because it's awesome, not idiots.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's awesome.
When we started this a couple of years before the Beacon chain launched, we did not know what the actual hardware requirements were going to be, and we didn't want to be left behind. So Nolan and I connected because we were chatting, and we're like, "Wait, we have the same server. We're both fools." But it's cool. It's all right. One of the things I've run into is our server hardware it's like 8th generation Intel, and it does not run all of the instruction sets required for Go. So some things like, for example, Prism will not work on servers that are that old without a special compile, which is fine because we don't want you to run Prism right now anyway.